Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
I'm sure glad I wasn't Ezekiel. As I read through the first chapters of his book, I felt sorry for the poor guy. He was raised to be a priest since he was born in the priestly line, but at age 30, when his priestly duties would have started, he found himself hundreds of miles from Jerusalem and his homeland. Not only that, but God calls him as a prophet and tells him that no one will listen to him. God describes the people as hardened, obstinate, and rebellious, like briars, thorns, and scorpions. He had Ezekiel share some really hard truths with the exiles, and they didn't believe him, just as God had said. They preferred to listen to false prophets who said what they wanted to hear. But then, chapter 14 starts with, "Then some of the elders of Israel visited me. They came to inquire of the Lord." I wonder if Ezekiel thought, finally, they're coming to listen to what God has to say. Finally, we're getting somewhere. Like sometimes when we see people visit church and we know they've been lifelong rebellious sinners and we think, oh good, they're seeking God, a step in the right direction. And it might be, but we don't know that person's heart. Neither did Ezekiel, but God sure did. He told Ezekiel, "Son of man, these men have set up their idols in their hearts and put before them that which causes them to stumble into iniquity. Why should I listen to their requests?" Maybe these leaders came to Ezekiel because that's what they thought they should do. Maybe they were seeking God's counsel just to keep up appearances. Whatever their reason, God saw through their facade and into their hearts. They'd set up idols in their hearts, God said. They'd already decided what was most important in their lives, and it wasn't God. But before we go judging these guys, we've got to remember that idols aren't always made of wood, stone, or whatever we think of as an idol back in the Old Testament days. Idols are anything we prioritize over God. Anything that is sitting on the throne of our hearts. It could be another person, like our spouse or kids, or it could be things, even good things, or it may be our own comfort. Any number of things vie for first place in our hearts. But Jesus tells us to seek first His kingdom and His righteousness. God said these men had already put things in place, things that they knew would cause them to stumble. They'd already made provision for their sin, like me hiding a jar of Nutella in my sock drawer when I'm a diabetic, or an alcoholic hiding a bottle of whiskey. But these idols and pre-planned sin put people's hearts in the wrong place to hear from God. Here's what the Lord told Ezekiel to tell them. Repent, turn away from idols, and turn your faces away from all your abominations. For anyone who separates himself from me and sets up idols in his heart and puts before him what causes him to stumble into iniquity, then comes to a prophet to inquire concerning me, I, the Lord, will answer him by myself. I will set my face against that man and make him a sign and a proverb, and I will cut him off from the midst of my people. Whew, that's harsh. But God doesn't put up with pretenders, and He can spot a fake a mile away. We can't fool Him. So when we come to Him, we need to search our hearts and make sure He's on the throne. Maybe it's time for a little soul searching. Are there any idols in your heart that you need to get rid of? Who's on the throne of your heart today?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.